Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be a different kind of video, mostly gonna be talking about mindset, mentality, attitude, these kind of things that I wish someone told me sooner. Yeah, it's mostly for, well, it's for anyone who needs a little work in confidence. I would say it's mostly for people who are masculine presenting or just have a more masculine attitude. I'm gonna cut straight to the case. I have like a few bullet points that I wanted to cover. I mean, if you're a young person that is starting to understand their identity, or at least trying to understand themselves, and you're scared, you think that you won't be accepted, or you are just feeling lonely, know that like I was once in your shoes and a lot of people were too, and it's a part of the journey. You know, everyone goes through that. You're gonna be okay, and more than that, life is gonna be amazing. There are hard moments in everyone's life. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it by saying that everything is sunshine and rainbows, because it's gonna get hard. Stuff is gonna get hard sometimes, especially when you leave the traditional route that your parents or your family or your culture set out for you. But understand that following other people's path isn't what's gonna lead you to happiness. And when your heart is calling one thing, you have to listen to it. And this isn't everything, not just like how you present yourself, but like in your career or in your interest or in your loved one. It's like the saying, you can't really choose who you fall in love with, you just fall in love with them. And people who have been in a relationship, in a long-term relationship, I'm sure you guys can relate when I say that it doesn't feel like you are just with a man or you are just with a woman. It feels like you are with your soulmate. It feels like you are with a person, a human being that you don't identify or you don't attribute any labels to them. And you kind of have to do the same thing with yourself, but also, to contradict myself, the opposite with identifying yourself. I know I'm saying a lot of jargon and a lot of stuff that probably doesn't make sense to you right now, but I'm gonna go over it. Since I just talked about identifying yourself, that's my first bullet point, which is, who do you want to be? And I know this is a very vague question, but what are the first things that come to your mind when you think about yourself? To give an example, when I think of myself, I'm a gym girl, okay? In case you couldn't tell by my fitness profile, it has become a huge part of my identity and what I would consider myself to be. And because of that, my behaviors now align with that identity. Now, I made a similar video on my Instagram talking about this, but I wasn't able to really get in depth about it. What you identify as, and you truly have to identify it. Like, you know, I'm not telling you to write it 500 times in your journal. I'm telling you to identify with it. And I get this ideology from Psycho-Cybernetics, amazing book that I really recommend every single one of you guys read. But it's pretty much about identifying with that person and then reminding yourself every single day who that person is. Visualize them. What did they do first thing in the morning? If that person was in your situation right now, what would they do? This leads me to my next point, which is, what do you want to be remembered for? Like, think about other people seeing you. Like, everyone's gonna judge you, whether you like it or not, by how you look, how you dress, how you speak, or overall characteristics. So you're automatically judged as soon as you are perceived. So a habit that I really recommend everyone add to their life is just smiling. Just smiling at everybody, even if they're rude. Well, like, you know, there's some people that are like you don't need to worry about them. But everyone else, like, a smile can really brighten up anyone's day. You don't know what anyone's going through. And smiling can add like 100 points to your character, and they will automatically attribute you to be a nicer person. They are more likely to talk to you. And this opens up a lot of opportunities and doors beyond having friends, like also in business, in school, in relationships, and everything. The point here is that you just want to be remembered as a good person. Leads me to my next point, which is caring and giving to others. Whether you are masculine, whether you are feminine presenting, being a giver and caring for others overall is a part of human nature that we all have to do. You can't be me, all about receiving. There's just a cloggage in energy circulation. You need to give. And yes, sure, receive when the universe wants you to receive, but you will get whatever you give. But don't give with the attitude of receiving. Give with the attitude of genuine caring. Okay, this next one is something that my girlfriend actually taught me, which is make your bubble. I really love this because it kind of shows that, like, yes, your environment is the number one most important thing in your life. It's going to attribute everything to your future, your present, happiness. Your environment is so important. But until you can change your environment, you need to make your bubble. This is what she taught me with, like, my room. Your room is your bubble. Like, Like, nothing that you don't want to enter your room will not enter your room. And this is everything spiritual, negative. You want to make your room that when you're in it, said thing is going to happen or said feeling is going to occur. So I'll give you an example. Like my room, you guys can already see some posters. Like I have Jujutsu Kaisen, I have my vision board, I have some of these posters that like I kind of, although they look scary, I had a lot of people tell me they look scary, I kind of see them as like my guardian angels. I have that one, which my dad actually did that one. They all mean a lot to me in some way. And they also add a little more of a artsy and free-flowing feeling in my room. Yeah, like these are the kind of things that I was like, you know what, having this in my life, I feel like would contribute to my bubble. Long story short, create your bubble. It doesn't even have to be in your room. It can be anywhere. As long as like when you get there, you are doing the thing or you are feeling the thing that you want to feel. Okay, this next one is having your selected family. Going back to what I was saying at the beginning, which is about like, gonna be hard. You're gonna have family that don't understand you. You're gonna have friends that don't understand you. As unfortunate as it is, it's fine. That's how they grew up, and as much as they don't understand you, it's your responsibility to understand them. I just wanted to add a little more clarity to my point, and I'm realizing like as I'm watching this how a lot of the stuff I'm saying could come off very ignorant to you and your situation, especially when it comes to dealing with family that is very ignorant to you. So I just wanted to like add to my point by saying that you can do your best to try to plead yourself and your case to your family and your loved one and the people that you want to keep, but once you're realizing they are not changing and they are not willing to change for you, and that's the most you can do. I've seen a lot of people devote their life to try to make their parents or their family or anyone, you know, their old friends, understand them. A very good way to waste your energy. And this is what I mean when I say having your selected family. It really just means having a home when home doesn't feel like home. Back to the video. And this is just a part of being emotionally intelligent. You don't need other people to understand you for you to understand them. Give other people grace, or you can at least say, okay, you are thinking this way because of this. I don't need to really associate with you. It's hard, of course, when it comes to family because that's your family. Especially if you really love them, it can get hard. And unfortunately, I haven't really found a solution for that yet. I think my best advice for this would be to just like have your people, have the people that you can be yourself around. They don't make you feel bad. If you don't really have these people in your life, know that it's gonna come. You're gonna have your people. There's someone for everyone. Okay, this next one, it's about having something that you enjoy. I already talked about fitness and all this and whatever, and fitness is great. I love fitness, but I also love to talk. I'm a big talker, in case you haven't realized, and I love to give people advice and talk about books, talk about knowledge, talk about all these kind of things. They get me excited, and this is something that I enjoy doing. Having these things that you can enjoy doing them in the moment, they make you present and they make you grounded, is something that everyone needs to have in their life. Or just being a connoisseur in something, you know, have something you're interested in, make it something it's not, you know, nobody talks about it, you talk about it, you be that person, because guess what, you have just as much energy as Elon Musk, as Jeff Bezos. You have just as much energy as them, and you can give that energy to anything you want. Okay, this next one, very simple. Nothing is that big of a deal. You guys are gonna hate me for this one. When you reduce the importance on something, the outcome and the result of that thing, it becomes less important, whether it's a positive or negative outcome, which in turn makes you able to provide a better result, a better outcome. Understanding that whatever happens in your life or happens to you, that of course is, you know, understandable and you can get over after a little bit, happens for the betterment of you. It happens for the betterment of your life. It happens to benefit you in some way. Understand that everything happens for a reason, and whether you believe in God or not, it doesn't necessarily matter. Just understand that you are guided by some sort of universe. You are guided by something that is guiding you to the right direction in life, and you need to have that. You need to have some sort of force that's external, that's out of you, because if you keep trying to push with your bare hands, you're not going to get very far. And I promise you, I've tried this. Speaking from experience, is that you need to believe in something greater than you, and that nothing is that big of a deal. You're going to be in your deathbed and you're just going to be like, why did I stress over that? Move on. There's a solution to everything out there, which leads me to my next point, which is don't take anything personal. I don't need to go too much in depth about this, just don't. If someone says something or does something, it's mostly a reflection of their character, and understand that. It goes back to being emotionally intelligent. Loving yourself unconditionally. This is being understanding of yourself. Understand why you want a certain thing or why you did a certain thing. I think self-awareness has to be up there with the most important thing you can do in your life, is understand why your brain acts the way it does or why your body acts the way it does. Understand yourself so that you know what necessary action to take. And for my last bullet point of how to become a more confident, masculine presenting person has to do with consistency. You will become more confident over time. This is not something that's going to happen overnight, especially if you deal with a lot of insecurities or with a lot of self-doubt, low self-esteem. You can overcome all of this more than you could ever think. Over time, as you do these things, as you visualize yourself, as you visualize your higher self and the person you want to become and where you live and who you are and what you do and the character you are and giving to others and all of these things, as you consistently do them, you are going to start seeing yourself like that, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. You will become more confident as you start to see your behaviors reflect your identity. That's the last step, and it's to put it into perspective for you guys. 3 years ago, I was very underweight, not good mentally. I was unhappy. I had a shitty job. I hated my body. Like there was so much that I hated, and I started to lose friends. I didn't know what I wanted to do for school. Like it was a lot. It was a lot for me mentally. And as a 17-year-old girl in a traditional Middle Eastern house that's masculine presenting, it's a lot of baggage to carry. And now I am the happiest I have ever been, and I know I will continue to just get happier and do the things I want to do and achieve more of my goals. And the number one thing I would attribute all the success to would be positivity and focusing on what you want. I won't lie, when I was down in that hole and I wasn't able to see the light, I had my girlfriend who was there and she helped me. If you don't have that, know that there is light and there is everything you could ever want, and that there's more than enough happiness for everyone in this world. There's people who have came from the depths of hell to the most successful circles in the world. This is a very theoretical type of video. I wanted to put little like how-tos or like action steps that you can do, like visualization and understanding the kind of person you want to become, and then taking action or fitness and all of these things. But at the end of the day, everything you do, it's a reflection of the kind of person you want to become. And remember that, like in the future, you are just more of who you are now. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for staying till the end. That means a lot. Like, truly. Comment down below any type of videos you want to see. There's a lot I could really talk about. If you have any questions or anything at all, comment down below and I'd love to talk about it. And have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.